Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्री मेधा दक्षिणामूर्ति स्वामिने नमः। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम सच्चिदानंद रूपाय कृष्णाय क्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदांत वेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वलोकहिते रतं वेदाब्ज भास्करं वन्दे शमाधिनिलयं मुनिं सहस्रमूर्तेः पुरुषोत्तमस्य सहस्रनेत्राननपादबाहो सहस्रनाम्नां स्तवनं प्रशस्तं निरुच्यते जन्मजरादिशान्त्यै। Namaste once again everyone.
Namaste Gurudev.
Namaste. अतुलशरभो भीमः समयज्ञो हविर्हरिः सर्वलक्षणलक्षण्यो लक्ष्मीवान् समितिञ्जयः. So this is the sloka. We were seeing the meaning of these namas in the last class, and the last nama of the meaning we saw was sarvalakshana lakshanyah. Next, now we will see Lakshmivan. Lakshmivan, the one who is always with Lakshmi. Lakshmi asya vakshasi nityam vasati iti Lakshmivan. Vakshasi nityam vasati. So Bhagavan has got Lakshmi always with him on his chest, Vakshasi. So that is why he is always united with Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity. When Lakshmi Narayana is praised, Lakshmi is also automatically praised. So therefore, when we go on praising Lakshmi Narayana, Mahavishnu through Vishnu Sahasranamam, 1000 names, the Purna Lakshmi Kataksham will be there for all of us. So that is the meaning of this word Lakshmi Van. Then Samitinjayaha. Jayaha means the victorious. Samitim Yuddham Jayati iti Samitinjayaha. Samiti may mean a battle, a hostile encounter, or even an assembly, a group of people, a gathering is also called a samiti. We can see, so many places the word samiti is used for organization. So and so bhajana samiti, something so like that. So in these places, one may have to face challenges and then win. One may fight a battle or face a challenge and win, but finally it is Bhagavan who is victorious. Because as everything belongs to him, any victory also belongs to Bhagavan only. So whatever be the challenges that one faces, if one succeeds, the success belongs to the Lord. Therefore, he is Samitinjaya. This very thought that this success does not belong to me, but it belongs to Bhagavan, to the Lord, unto whom I had actually offered all my karmas, which has led to this success. This very thought itself is a very important step in Karma Yoga and in the spiritual path. So by understanding that every success is the success of Bhagavan, and that one has not gained any victory, one's ego does not bloat. It does not bloat up, and a certain maturity is also gained in trying to view everything in this world with a mature mind. And this, fortunately, is there in our culture itself, because whenever we have achieved in something, we immediately say what? It is because of the blessing of Bhagavan. Don't we say that? In fact, before starting any venture, we seek the blessing of Bhagavan. And if we succeed, we also give the credit to Bhagavan only. It is something which is ingrained in our culture. All that we have to do is, we should not forget that culture, and we must bring this thought again and again in our mind whenever we are successful in our life. Bhagavan is the destroyer of all pain in the people. So that is why he is called Samitinjaya, the victorious. Okay. The next sloka. Viksharo rohito margo hetur damodaras saha mahidaro mahabhago vegavanamitashanaha. So this sloka again has got 10 namas. Viksharaha, Rohitaha, Margaha, Hetuhu, Damodaraha, Sahaha, Mahidaraha, Mahabhagaha, Vegavan, Amitashanaha. 10 namas are there. Viksharaha. Viksharaha means undecaying. Charam means to decay, to perish. Viksharaha, Vigataha, Charaha, Nashaha, Yasya Asau Viksharaha. Vigataha, Charaha, the one who is not subject to any chara, any destruction, is Vikshara. And that is the essential nature of Ishvara. Nirvikaraha, Niranjanaha, Nirupadihi, Nityaha. All these we see in the Shastras, especially Bhagavad Gita students will recall, we are exactly discussing this, the attributes or aspects of Satchidananda Ishvara only. All this is all essential nature of Ishvara. So Viksharaha, that is undecaying, who's not subject to destruction, is also an essential nature of Ishvara. And Ishvara is the only Satyam in the world which is eternal. Satyam is that which exists in all 3 periods of time. If we take any object in this world, any entity in this world, that is our experiential world, every entity, every object has a date of birth and the date of destruction. That is why they are all called Mithya. They don't have their own intrinsic existence. But Bhagavan, Ishvara in his Satchidananda Swarupa is the only Satyam. So there is no destruction for him. That is why he is Viksharaha. Then Rohitaha. The one who has a red color. Very, very interesting nama. Swachandataya Rohita Murti Matsya Vishesha Murti Va Vahan Rohita. So the word Rohita means the one who is red in color. In general, it may refer to some of his forms which are red in color, which he assumed by his own will. Swachandataya. Any form that is red is Bhagavan, because why? All forms are his forms only. But here specifically Adi Shankara brings into the context the Matsya Avatara of Bhagavan. There Bhagavan took a form which was Rohita, red in color. And Rohita has another meaning also, which means growing quickly. Well, that which grows quickly is also Rohita. And Puja Swamiji adds, Rohita can be taken to mean the red life-giving blood also, which flows in our body. That's why he says Vahan. Adi Shankara says, Matsya Vishesha Murti Va Vahan Rohita. Right? So there Puja Swamiji has used, because the flow, Vahan means flow. Vahati. So Bhagavan is there inside us as blood, which makes the body alive. So that way also we can understand this word Rohita. In substance, what it means, anything we see which is red in color, immediately Bhagavan should appear in our, but the thought of Bhagavan should come in our mind. And see, Vishnu Sahasranamam said Rohita, this is Bhagavan. So one of the names of Bhagavan. So anything red, even our blood, when we cut by mistake hand or some place and then blood we see, there is no need for like a child to do and all. You are getting a darshana of Bhagavan. And of course, you have to do whatever requires to be done to keep Bhagavan inside the body only, so that it's all doesn't flow out. But as I said, I mean, it's just a sort of more of a, a visualization rather. So anything red we see, we can recall this nama. Then Margaha. Margaha means the goal and the path, both. Mumukshavaha tam devam margayantiti margaha. Margayanti iti margaha. Then Paramananda yena prapyate samargam iti va. So Adi Shankara takes both meaning, the goal as well as the path. So he is the one who mumukshavaha margayanti, the seekers of moksha, seek as their goal and discover after inquiring into the Vedanta Shastra, which reveals Ishvara. Again, when we say Vedanta Shastra reveals Ishvara, it doesn't reveal Ishvara, actually speaking. We are discussing this in Bhagavad Gita. It only removes our wrong perceptions, wrong understanding, misconception about what Ishvara is, what this prapancha is, what I am. That is what Vedanta Shastra does. And in the process, Ishvara is revealed to us. Ishvara Sachidananda Swarupa is revealed to us. He is Marga, the object of Margana, seeking. Or he is the Marga, the way that takes you to the Paramananda, limitless Ananda, which is again none other than the Lord, the Parandhama, as we have seen earlier also. People say that there are different paths for gaining the Lord depending on whether one is extrovert, emotional, or intellectual, isn't it? This is all very nice to hear, so that if you are emotional, okay, you follow the emotional path. If you are an extrovert, you follow the extrovert. But the fact of the matter is, this is all just said to please the people. Because you cannot say one is totally extrovert, or one is totally emotional, or one is totally intellectual. Everyone is a mixture of all these three things. The only thing is there may be predominance of one of these aspects in an individual. That's all. And also, we have to understand, and all that is there is only Ishvara, and this fact has to be discovered. Therefore, he is the end that is sought, and he is also the way. He is the seeker, he is the sought also. This is how we have to understand this word marga. So, marga means the goal, the end, that is what everybody seeks, and he is also the path. That is marga. Then hetuhu. Hetuhu generally means the cause. In the context of Vishnu Sahasranama, he is the hetu, Bhagavan is the hetu, the material and the efficient cause for this entire Vishwa, entire Prapancha. Upadanam nimittam cha karanam sa eveti hetuhu. Upadana nimittam, material and efficient. So, when we have understood the Nama Marga, after inquiry, the Ishvara who is sought as the Marga, that is the end, we understand that he is actually the Hetu. Ishvara is understood as Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karana. This Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karana is a very, very important terminology or phrase in the Vedanta Shastra. Because whenever we are talking about a material cause and an efficient cause, we always think of two different entities. If you take the case of making a pot, the material cause for the pot is clay. And the efficient cause for making the pot is the potter who makes the pot. He uses the clay and makes the pot. And pot is the effect. So we always, our orientation is whenever we are talking about a material cause and an efficient cause, we see them as two different things. Take the case of a carpenter. He is the efficient cause for making furniture, for which he uses the wood or whatever material as the material cause. But in the case of Bhagavan, this material cause and the efficient cause are abhinna, not separate, not different from each other. They are, Bhagavan Ishvara is both the material cause and the efficient cause. Brahman is not separate from Maya, Maya is not separate from Brahman. Maya is the material cause and Brahman is the efficient cause. So Ishvara, whenever we say, we talk of Ishvara as a combination of Brahman and Maya, but we must understand that it is actually not a combination, it is abhinnatvam is there, there is no difference. So, if Bhagavan is both the maker and the material cause, then what happens? What is the effect? The entire Jagat, including our body, mind, sense complex, are the effect. And if one's body, mind, sense complex is also included in Ishvara, then what is left out is only the I. And that is the I of Ishvara. So that is how, while after Vedanta inquiry, when you are doing contemplation, meditation, you have to bring this thought. Remove the differences which we have been perceiving all through our life and bring it to the Advaita. There is only one. There is only Ishvara. There is no body-mind complex because that is also included in Ishvara. There is only Ishvara in the entire Prapancha. This is how we have to understand this Nama. Hetu. Then Damodara. Very, very interesting. Adi Shankara gives a very long bhashyam for it. Damodara, one meaning is the one known through a disciplined mind. And another meaning is the one who was tied with a rope around the abdomen. So, Damadi sadhanena udara utkrishta matihi ya taya ghamyate iti damodara. And for this meaning, that is the one who is known through a disciplined mind, Adi Shankara quotes from Udyoga Parva a sentence in the Mahabharata. Damodaro Vibhuhu iti Mahabharate, he says. Then he explains the second one. Yashodaya Damra Udare Baddha iti Damodaraha. For that also he is quoting from Vyasacharya's thing. Damani Lokanamani Tani Yasya Udarantare Tena Damodara Devah Sridharastu Ramashritaha iti Vyasa Vachanat. So Ishvara, he is one who is known through the mind, which is disciplined, purified by means of Dhamma. We have already seen what is Dhamma in Sadhana Chatushte Sampatti. Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, we have seen. Managing one's own emotions, management of the activities of the mind is Dhamma. One may have anger, jealousy, and so on arising in one's mind. But one tries to channel their expression in such a way so that one does not victimize anybody by one's actions. And it is also important that one does not victimize oneself also in the process. Because these two things are very, very important for us to manage. What are they? Hurt and guilt. If we have to continue to purify our mind, if you have to continue to direct our mind in the proper spiritual path, managing hurt and guilt is a very much intrinsic part of this entire sadhana. So one should not only focus on not hurting anybody else, but also not victimize oneself by carrying a guilt. So Dhamma is what? Self-restraint at the level of the organs of action. And in course of time, the person is endowed with self-restraint at the level of the mind, which is Shama. So the mind thus becomes noble, becoming endowed with qualities as Dhamma, Shama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana, etc. Self-restraint at the level of all organs, at the level of the mind, a certain resolution of the mind, an ability to bear the changing conditions, the ability to bear or tolerate the pair of opposites. Shraddha, trust, and samadhana, one pointedness of the mind, focus of the mind in what your goal is. These are all the sadhanas one needs to continuously do day in and day out. Spiritual path is not an easy path. So the mind with all these qualities is called Damodara. And the Lord who is gained by such a mind is also called Damodara. The one who is Damodara will understand who is Damodara. That is the beauty of these namas. Then we come to Krishna Avatara, which is the second meaning which Adi Shankara takes. The Lord gets the name of Damodara in the Krishna Avatara. As we all know, as a child, Sri Krishna was very, very mischievous. And hence, the story goes, his mother Yashoda tied him to a mortar with a dama. Dama. Dama means a rope. Around his udara. Udara means the abdomen. So this name basically is based on Avatara Leela of Bhagavan. And Vyasacharya also takes another meaning of Dhamma, means the worlds. The Lord has all the worlds in his udara, in his abdomen, and hence he is called Damodara. Again, we recall Krishna Avatara here. Yashoda, suspecting that Sri Krishna had eaten, mud, asked him to open his mouth. There she saw all the Dhammas, the 14 worlds inside him. Then she realized that this is Avatara. When he opened his mouth, she saw all the entire prapancha in his mouth. Of course, here it is Vyasacharya means that entire 14 worlds were in his udara, in his abdomen, and that is what she saw through the mouth when he opened the mouth. So this is yet another meaning of the word Damodara. So 3 meanings are there. Excuse me, please. Then the next nama, Sahaha. Sahaha means the one who is tolerant. Sahate sarvan abhibhavati kshamate iti va sahaha. No matter how many times we make mistakes, Ishvara is tolerant and able to withstand the wailings and all the implorations and also the abuses of all the jivas. Whenever we face some challenges in life, if you observe many people who are actually otherwise religious, they do their puja, they pray and all that. When they face a very big challenge in life and which is very disturbing, causing a lot of mental agony, their first reaction is, what? From tomorrow, I am not going to do any puja for this Bhagavan. This is their first reaction. They want to take out all their frustration on Bhagavan. No problem, Bhagavan is Sahaha. He is never tired of hearing the sorrows of people and he is always cheerful. This is a quality we have to gain from Bhagavan, and that is why all Mahatmas, they understand the secret, and so they increase their Sahishnutvam to everything that is there. Not only Titiksha, which is Sahishnutvam, but also to all that people shower on them, whether praises or whether it is abuses, anything, all Mahatmas are able to take gracefully that. This is the secret of one more step towards moksha, becoming a Mahatma. So it is by Bhagavan's grace alone that we get Sahana Shakti, the capacity to withstand difficult situations. In fact, whenever we face difficult situation, instead of abusing Bhagavan or threatening him, that I will stop your puja from tomorrow or stop praying to you tomorrow, we must redouble our efforts. Because there is some papa which is acting as a prabala prarabdha and creating obstacles in what we want to achieve. You cannot dilute the effect of that papa unless you are able to earn more punya, more stronger punya. So one should redouble one's efforts when he is facing challenges or difficult situations in life, instead of abandoning all the punya karmas that one does. And he is also Saha because he surpasses everyone, right? Sarvan Abhibhavati, surpasses everyone. So he is Saha because he takes everyone. He has got Sahishnutvam, tolerant capacity for everybody, all the jivas, everything that they download on him. And also he surpasses everyone. He is the superior most. So that is why also he is Saha. Then Mahidharaha, the one who supports the earth. Mahi giri rupena dharati iti mahidharaha. Giri rupena, he says, Adi Shankara. He's bringing another very beautiful aspect. All mountains, oceans, etc. are kept in their respective places on the earth. The earth is constantly moving, both, it is at a rotation and also revolution, isn't it? But in spite of this, the ocean does not spill over into space. The mountains do not fall down, isn't it? The earth itself is suspended in space by its gravitational force. Just imagine this fantastic, amazing thing. You take one big ball and keep something on that ball and try to rotate it. What will happen to that thing? It will all fall. But nothing of that happens. Who keeps everything in its place? It is Bhagavan. That is why he is Mahidharaha, keeps earth and everything on this earth in their own places. This is another glory of Bhagavan. Then Mahabhagaha, another glory. The one who has got great glory, or is also, we can say, fortunate. Bhagaha also means fortune. So Mahabhagaha, one who is most fortunate. Swechaya Darayan Dehe Mahanti Utkrishtani Bhojanani Bhagajanyani Bhunte iti Mahabhagaha. Adi Shankara loves the language. He brings in so many expressions. Then Mahan Bhagaha, Bhagyasya Avatareshu iti va Mahabhagaha. So he takes both the meanings. Bhaga means bhagya or glory or blessing, capacity, all these things. In fact, Mahatma sadhus are actually addressed as Mahabhaga. Why? Because people consider them to be very fortunate. They are great souls. They are able to actually renounce everything in their life and then seek God. Can any one of us think of doing it? We can't even not all of us, of course, some of us can't even renounce watching one TV program for something which we need to do in terms of doing, attending some talks or, hearing about Bhagavan. Sadhus, you just imagine. In fact, one of my earlier days, when I was not in this part, this Chinmaya mission, this Swami Swarupananda is there. I don't know, many of you would have heard about it. And first time when he gave a talk here in Chembur only when I was here. So I went and listened to it. I had no clue about all these things. Apparently in his Purva ashrama, he was a very big businessman in Hong Kong and he had huge amount of wealth. He renounced all that and became a Shishya of Gurudev Chinmayananda. It takes tremendous amount of mental strength to do that. It's only those fortunate ones will get an opportunity to do that. That's why sadhus are called Mahabhaga, great souls. And if you look at Bhagavan, he is the one who is able to do this great work of creating this Jagat, sustaining it and resolving it. And all this he does without any effort. For us to become Mahabhaga, we have to put in a lot of effort. But for Bhagavan, it is an effortless thing. Therefore, he is Mahabhaga. Because in his avatars, a great bhaga, blessing and welfare, he does for the world. When we take Krishna Avatara, again, Adi Shankara refers to that Mahabhaga, means the one who takes the bigger portion, right? That is also, he says, Bhunte, he says, right? He says, Utkrishtani Bhojanani Bhagajanyani Bhunte iti Mahabhaga. So he is bringing that story of Govardhana mountain. There in Krishna Avatara, he took a great share of food that was offered to the Govardhana mountain. Hence he is Mahabhaga. So all these meanings Adi Shankara takes for explaining this Nama Mahabhaga. Then Vegavan, the one who has great speed. Vega Javaha Tadvan Vegavan. Anejadegam Manasah Javiyaha. Ishavasya Upanishad. Anejad Ekam Manasah Javiyaha. He is Vegavan, the one who has great speed. In the form of light, he is Vegavan. In the form of thought, he is Vegavan. In the form of thought, he is even faster than light. From the standpoint of the upadhis like the mind, ejati means he moves. But at the same time, from his own standpoint, na ejati, he does not move at all. And that is what Ishavasya Upanishad says. Anejadekam manasaha jabiyaha. The one unmoving is faster than the mind. And this is how the Upanishads, when we study the Upanishad, they bring in so many expressions which are very beautiful. They will appear to be sometimes contradictory. And then, so that's why many people who don't understand this, and many of them are figurative expressions also. So somebody who doesn't understand this background will say, how can one that is unmoving be faster? So all these questions do come up whenever in Upanishad teaching goes on. All ignorant minds, unprepared minds ask such questions. So he is Vegavan. Then Amitashanaha. Again, same is a Mahabhaga. Amitashanaha means Amita Ashanaha, consumer of immeasurable food. And here, Adi Shankara brings a beautiful context. Samhara samaye Vishwam Ashnati iti Amitashanaha. Mita means measured. Ashana means food. In the Gita, the Lord advises that if we want to understand the Lord, we should be mitashanaha. Take only moderate, measured quantity of food. But Bhagavan himself is amitashana. He is the one who exists as the whole universe. And at the time of resolution, he swallows the entire universe consisting of all these planets, these galaxies, the space, time, so on, everything. He swallows. As though swallowing food, leaving behind nothing. Again, all figurative expressions. What is left behind is not a black hole. You must understand. But one shining hole. What is left behind is only Brahman. Swayambhuhu, that shining effulgence. So at the time of resolution, what the Lord swallows is Amita, immeasurable. Therefore, he is Amitashanaha. So that completes that sloka also. Now we will move to the next sloka. Udbhavakshobhano devah Sri Garbhah Parameshwarah Karanam Karanam Karta Vikarta Gahano Guha. So this one has got 11 namas, right? Udbhavah, Shobhanah, Devah, Sri Garbhah, Parameshwarah, Karanam, Karanam, Karta, Vikarta, Gahanaha, Guha. 11 namas are there. Udbhavah. Udbhavah, this nama I think comes again later on. But here we will see what is there. Adi Shankara may take a different meaning. But here he takes the meaning, the origin. Prapancha utpatti upadana karanatvat udbhavah. Udgataha bhavat samsarat iti va. Ud means above. Bhava means samsara, the life of becoming, as we have seen again and again. So as the material cause, he is the origin of the universe and everything has come out of him. Hence he is Udbhava. Being above Bhava, that is samsara, he is Udbhava. Because the samsara itself has come out of him. He is the adhikarana of the samsara. So that is the meaning of the word Udbhava. Shobhanaha. Shobhanaha means the one who is a stirrer. You know, stirring, creating, all this, what is that, convolutions and all, stirring. Sarga kale prakritim purusham cha pravishya Shobayamaseti Shobhanaha. Shobayamasa iti Shobhanaha. And Vishnu Puranam, he quotes Adi Shankara, Prakritim Purushan Chaiva Pravishyat Mechaya Harihi Pravishya Shobayamasa Sargakale Vyayau iti Vishnu Purane. So Bhagavan, he is the one who stirs up everything at the creation and he is called, that's why he is called Shobhana. Shubh Dhatu. Because before the creation, What was there? The whole creation was in unmanifest form. And then at one fine moment, the whole creation is started. How did that process take place? In fact, this is a very interesting question everybody asks. If the entire creation has become from manifest to unmanifest, it is existing in a form of an egg. What makes that become manifest again? What is that? That's why in many other philosophies, they say that no, automatically it becomes. Vedantins don't accept that. Vedanta, the view of Vedanta is that when the world or the entire universe is manifest, all the jivas, that is all the human beings, they have collected huge amount of punya papa in their account, which they have to actually exhaust those punya papas if you have to get the moksha, the final destination, reach the final destination. For that, they have to do the sadhanas, which they don't do. So when the entire prapancha becomes from not only the human beings, all living beings, they carry their punya papa along with them in their karana sharira, and which gets unmanifest. Right? And what then happens? It is in a dormant condition. Then what happens? The punya and the papa of some of the jivas which were till now in the unmanifest condition as sanchita karma starts the process of becoming prarabdha karma. They are maturing. They have to now take effect. When that happens, the Bhagavan as if blesses that unmanifest universe to become manifest. So when we say Bhagavan blesses means what? He stirs it, does something to that unmanifest by stirring it, and then the creation starts appearing. And once the creation comes, it gives an opportunity to all the jivas to again exhaust one more set of their punya papas, which are their prarabdha karma. And also give an opportunity to the jivas to study the scriptures and get rid of, especially the human beings, so not jivas means I'm talking about the human jivas who have got a human birth, to find a guru, to study the scriptures, take the help of guru and scriptures, journey towards the moksha marga, and in the process get rid of all their sanchita karma and their agami karmas. Prarabdha karma they cannot get rid of, they have to exhaust it, but at the end of the exhaustion of the prarabdha karma, they will not have a rebirth at all, because there is no more karma for them. They will just become one with the Ishvara, one with, that is their own individual identity will get completely erased. That is what is moksha is about. So the one who actually starts off this entire process by stirring up everything at the time of creation. That's why he is called Kshobana. So this is a very beautiful nama. A lot of things to understand in this nama. The whole process of creation has to be understood, and this topic is discussed very detailed in Brahma Sutra, the process of creation. And Shankara, in his commentary, presents all viewpoints there, and he refutes all other viewpoints as this. Many of them are illogical, he says. Many of them are contradictory to the other viewpoints of the same philosophers, and many of them, he says, are not in conformity with the teachings of the Upanishads. So he rejects all of them and he takes this only one. And that is why the Taittiriya Upanishads and all talks about how the creation happens. Okay, that's a different topic for a different class. Next one is Devaha. Devaha means the one who is effulgent. Yato dhivyati kridati sargadibihi vijigishate asuradhin vyavaharati sarvabhuteshu atmataya dhyotate stuyate stutyaihi sarvatra gacchati tasmat devaha. Again, so many definitions Adi Shankara brings. Then he finally says, Eko Devaha, Shweta Ashvatara Upanishad. Shweta Ashvatara Upanishad. Quotation, Eko Devaha. So the word Deva is derived from the verbal root div. And this div dhatu has got many meanings. Divyati Dhyotate. The Lord shining as consciousness is effulgent, self-revealing, all-knowing, and hence he is Deva. Another meaning, Divyati Kridati Sargadibihi. As the efficient cause, when he creates, it is an effortless as Krida, as playing. That's why this entire Prapancha, the creation, is called the Bhagavan's Leela. Just it is like a plaything for him. Hence, he is the Deva who revels in himself. He is a Deva who playfully revels in himself. Then Vijigishate Asuradhi. He wishes to win over the Asuras, the enemies of the Devas. Atmataya dhyotate. He obtains as the Atma in all beings. He shines in the heart of everyone. Thus, Vyavaharati Sarva Bhuteshu. As the Atma of all being, he alone does all Vyavaharas, all activities that any Jiva does at any time. Without that consciousness present within this body, mind, sense complex, no part can even move or shake. When I am shaking my hand, it is the consciousness which is enabling me to shake my hand. That's why Vyavaharati Sarva Bhuteshu Atmataya Dhyotate. Then he is Deva because Stuyate Stutibihi. He is the one who is praised by all through stutis, songs of praise. And then he ends Sarvatra Gacchati. He is all pervasive. Everywhere. He pervades everything in this universe. That's why he is Devaha. Then the next Nama is Sri Garbha. The one who has Shri within himself. Shrihi Vibhutihi Yasya Garbhe Udarantare Jagatrupa Stita Saha Sri Garbha. If you recollect, when we saw the definition or the meanings of Bhaga, when we saw the meaning of Bhagavan, there were 6 glories were there. One of them was Shri. So, Bhagavan is one in whom all these glories exist. Therefore, one can tap him whatever vibhuti one wants. This Jagat itself is a glory of the Lord, isn't it? And it is in his Garbha, that is within him. So all glories are within him. That is why he is Sri Garbha. Then Parameshwaraha, the limitless Lord. Paramaha cha asau Isha Ishana Shilaha cha iti Parameshwara. Ishana Shilaha, who is habitual to become the limitless, or the Lord. Ishana Shilaha. Shilam yasya asti. He is Ishvara because he is capable of ruling. But then one may say, so are Brahmaji and all other devas, they are also capable of ruling. They rule different aspects of our life, isn't it? Lagunyasa, I'm recalling, Prajanane Brahma Tishtato, Padayor Vishnus Tishtato, Hastayor Haras Tishtato, Bahvor Indras Tishtato. So each of these devatas are there in each part of our body, and they rule over that particular part of the body. So they are also rulers. But what is this Parameshwara? Because he is Param, he is a ruler and he is also Param, limitless, superior to all of them. And that is why he is Parameshwara. And that is we have to understand that all devas are there, but he is the super boss. Because the Swarupa of all devas is nothing but Sachidananda Swarupa. He is present as the Satchit and Ananda in all devas also, as he is present in us also. That is why he is Parameshwara. Then Karanam. Karanam means instrument. Jagat Utpattau Sadhagatamam Karanam. Bhagavan is Karana. We have seen this meaning again and again. Different ways we have seen. He is the Karana, the instrument for the creation of this Jagat, efficient cause. Like a potter is an efficient cause, and he is also, potter has got that stick, which is the instrument for creation of a pot. In the case of Bhagavan, he is everything. He does not require any other means to manifest himself. So he is the Karanam, he is the instrument also. So because whenever we talk of cause and effect and creation of anything, there is a third aspect. Apart from material cause, efficient cause, there is an instrumental cause. The question will then arise. Many people ask this question, what is the instrumental cause? Because even though we take a potter or we take a carpenter, a goldsmith and all, gold is the material. Goldsmith is the efficient cause. He knows, he has the knowledge. But he uses tools to make the ornaments, isn't it? So like that, when you give the example or the comparison of the creation of this world with efficient cause and material cause, people will ask, which is the instrumental cause. So here it is clarifying, he is also the instrumental cause. All causes are Bhagavan only. He does not require any other means to manifest himself. And the next one follows from that, Karanam, the material cause. Upadanam nimittam cha karanam. Easy to understand, since the Lord himself is the material, he becomes Upadana Karanam. Since he is the Nimitta Karana, he becomes the efficient cause. Since he is also the instrumental cause, he becomes Karanam also. So Karanam Karanam Karta Vikarta Gahano Guha. Recall that no sloka. So we'll stop here at 7 o'clock and we will continue in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidham Purnar Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Guruji.
Hari Om.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji.
हरि ओम गुरुजी नमस्कार धन्यवादः
Namaskaram.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Hari Om.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Any questions are there? Namaskaram. Namaskaram. There are no questions, then I can cut it close. There are no hands showing. Yeah, one hand is showing. Yes.
Yes, Guruji, just of course it's a very stupid question. Pardon me. Just want to understand when you said Parameshwara, limitless ruler. What is it exactly ascribing to? I was not able to catch the meaning.
See, Parama has got a meaning of this most superior, highest. Parama also has got the meaning of being limitless. So, whenever we talk of a ruler, like when you take the contemporary example, there is a ruler at a let us say a state level. I mean, if you take the old, kingdoms and all, there are individual rulers, but there is one emperor who rules over all the rulers. And that emperor's powers are limitless. That means limitless in the sense that within this kingdom, his power extends to everything that is there. And also, he is superior to all the other rulers who are there.
So, can I then relate it that as far as the individual is concerned, self, he rules everything about me.
Correct. So the way we have to see at the individual level is, as I gave you the example of Rudra, a quote from Rudra. If you know this, the Lagunyasa or even for that matter Mahanyasa and all, there every time we chant the Lagunyasa, we are recalling in our mind the Devata of each part of our body. That is what is the Nyasam is about. Right? The full Nyasam is there. Of course, Mahanyasa, full Nyasam is there. But in Lagunyasa, some indicative places. Prajanane Brahma Tishtatu, Padayor Vishnu Tishtatu, Astayor Aras Tishtatu, Bahor Indras Tishtatu, Jatare Agnis Tishtatu, Hridaye Shivas Tishtatu, Kante Vasavas Tishtantu, Vaktre Saraswati Tishtatu, Nasikayor Vayus Tishtatu, Nayanayo Chandradityav Tishtetam, Karnayor Ashwinau Tishtetam, Lalate Rudras Tishtantu, Mudnyadityas Tishtantu, Shirasi Mahadevas Tishtatu, Shikayam Vamadevas Tishtatu, Prishte Pinagi Tishtatu, Puradashuli Tishtatu, Partsvayoho Shiva Shankarau Tishtetam. So, when we are doing this, if we understand what it means, that actually the Lagunyasa is nothing but dhyanam, visualization of that Bhagavan, that cosmic power, each element of the cosmic power within our own body. Now, after doing that, we say Atma, we recall Atma. And Atma, Atmani Tishtatu, the Atma which is there, it is there within my body. And that Atma is the one which is actually ruling over all these devatas we have talked about in every part of our body. That is the Parameshwara. So you are Parameshwara. We have to, the whole Vedanta in one Nama you take, you can explain the whole Vedanta. That is the beauty of this Parameshwara. Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any more question? Question are not there. You are saying like this, I can't understand. Yes, Lataji, you have a question. Premaji, you had a question? I can't hear you. Lataji, 1 minute. Premaji has to unmute. Can't hear.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear. Tell
Okay.
me.
One question comes with reference to ignorance, or something that is commonly understood when we are saying that we are genderless, and God, when we do the nyasam, we are placing God in different parts of our body, etc. So why is that question that women should not be repeating the Vedam? I've heard this very, very often and I've not understood it.
See, it's a very, very delicate question. Why women should not do it? There are many reasons which are there. Of course, the Acharyas don't talk about these reasons openly, because especially these days, earlier days, these questions never arose because people had more better understanding of the Shastras, the way it works, right? The job of creation is given to a man. That is why even when we are doing this Rudram, when I started, what I started with Prajanane Brahma Tishtatu, correct? What is Prajanana? The organ of reproduction.
Oh.
That is Prajanana. And that organ of reproduction is in that Brahmaji, who is actually the creator of this entire prapancha, is to be recognized in that organ of creation, which is present only in males. So if a woman says Prajanane Brahma Tishtatu, it is a meaningless word, sentence. So we have to, that's why I say, this is all going into two very subtle aspects of our culture, rather, right? This openly people will not discuss all these things. And these days, though, because of so much demand, many acharyas say it doesn't matter. We just tell them, let them at least do something. They want to learn Vedas, let them learn Vedas and that. But it is meaningless. A woman cannot say Prajanane Brahma Tishtatu because she does not have a reproductive organ. And then it also says, if you see, that Lagunyasa also rather, it goes on to say, Agnirme Vachisritaha Vagridaye Hridayam Mayi Amritam Brahmani Vayurme Prane Shritaha Prano Hridaye Hridayam Mayi Aham Amrite Amritam Brahmani Suryo Me Chakshushisritaha Chakshur Hridaye Hridayam Mayi Aham Amrite Amritam Brahmani. Then Apo Me Retasisritaha. Is Retas? Retas is the semen of a man. The water is present, is to be recognized in that. Can a woman say Apo me Retas isritaha? There is no ratus in a woman body. So these are all very, very subtle things of Shastra. People will not generally, I am talking where you ask that question. The Shastra never says women should not, study these Shastras. Women should not, be kept away from that. No. That's why Adi Shankara has written slokas after slokas, and he has written Sahasranamas after Sahasranamas for women to chant and get the same benefit which men will get by studying Vedas. But these days, what has happened? Equality and all that you do, I will also do. This has become a problem, rather. So that is why lot of things have got, I would probably say, contaminated. But if you understand what exactly is the one of the reasons, I mean, there are many other reasons also. The other main reason why women were not exposed to the Vedas were taught only in the Gurukulam. And Gurukulam, the child had to go to the Gurukulam and stay with the Guru for a period of 12 years. From the age of, let us say, 9 or 11, till the boy is 23, 24. Can a woman go and stay there like that for 12 years? Amongst so many other boys and girls and all there, then there won't be any Gurukulam. They will all have their own kulams. So there are certain reasons. I mean, that our culture, it does not actually say that everybody should do everything. There is a very clearly defined roles for everybody. That is how any organization can become functional. It can become harmoniously coexist. The whole conflict in any society comes because everybody is trying to take up somebody else's role. And dharma, swadharma is what you have to follow. Krishna says again and again and again, swadharma, swadharma. He says doing paradharma compared to doing paradharma, nidhanam shreya. He says death is better than doing somebody else's karma. But who will explain all these things to the people of this Kali Yuga? Chod those, yeah, let it go on. That is what people, Acharyas also keep mum. But if you want the exact answer, there are so many reasons why women are kept away from study of Vedas. There is another reason. It is said that when Vedas are chanted, as even the song goes, Nabhi Sri Kantarachana, that sound has to come from the Nabhi. When you do Veda chanting, that swaras has to come from the Nabhi. That's why you should, Acharya, when you learn Vedas and all, if you sit crouching, the teacher will say, stand, sit properly.
It's right.
Yeah, your backbone should be straight. Then only that sound you can make, you can bring that, swasam from the Nabhi and then say the Veda mantras. But it is said that when that is done, it may affect the uterus of the female, uterus portion of in the females. That is another reason why they are kept away from this Veda mantra chanting. And ultimately, Shastra says, why do everyone in a house, everybody wants to do everything, means there will be chaos. Let the man do all this Veda chanting business. Let the woman take care of the family, bringing up the children, giving them all dharmas and all the kind of a thing. Because that's why she is called a dharma patni, rather. She is the one who has to lead even when the man is committing a mistake, the woman has to point out, this is not as per our family tradition, don't do it. So, that's the roles are very clearly defined. And the only unfortunate thing, today when all that has become mixed up, we get so many questions. Well, to the best extent possible, every Acharya will try to explain it rather. Since it's if it was a public question asked me in a public, I will never give these answers. But I don't know who will remove their chappal and throw it to me. Throw it on me. But since a small group and I am safely here sitting in front of Zoom, so I am giving you this answer. But these are all the real reasons why it is, only male even Shastra says, Adi Shankara says, women of today, if they earn more and more punyas, they will get a male birth. And again, that is not denied. Males today would have been women in one of the earlier births. When they earned more punyas, they got the male birth. And that's what Shastra says, and this is what Adi Shankara says. Right in the beginning of Viveka Chudamani, he says that. But if I remember this Swami Sanatmananda, while explaining that particular sloka in Viveka Chudamani, many women in our class, they stood up and started saying, how can Adi Shankara say that male is superior and all that? Of course, Swami Sanatmananda tried to explain it in a very diplomatic manner. So he said, no, it is not talking about male as a species, but male as a attribute, and something he gave some excuse. Some explanation he gave. But these are all questions, which actually are, I would personally say, very difficult to answer in today's circumstances. Earlier, these questions never existed. Today, these questions have come up because of the way society has actually grown and Western influence and so many things. But still, we can give an answer to the best extent possible.
When this question was asked, Guruji, Wikipedia said Shudras and women are not eligible, which it was questioned. Second thing, they gave quotes of Lopamudra and Gargi and people like that who were very highly evolved and I don't know if they studied the Vedas or not, because I'm not knowledgeable about that. But you gave a very satisfactory explanation. I'll think it over, and thank you for being open.
No, I will tell you one more thing. First of all, when you ask this question, you must differentiate between Veda Purva Bhaga and Veda Anta Bhaga. That you have to make first differentiate. Women are not barred from learning Vedanta Upanishads. Women are barred only from Veda Purva Bhaga, where you have to chant the mantras and do all those yajnas, yagas and all that. For Veda Purva Bhaga, Nityanushtanam is a compulsory thing. Whoever is practicing Veda Purva Bhaga should have had Upanayanam. And every day, Sandhya Vandanam, Trikara Sandhya Vandanam, Brahma Yagyam, all those things they have to do. And they can be done only if they are pure in terms of their taking bath every day and there is nothing, even if a person is injured. A priest, if he has got some cut in his hand and there is a blood flowing out of it, he will be barred from participating in any yajna. He can't do that. Because the blood flowing out is treated as an impurity in our Shastras. So when you are to do Nityanushtana, for in a month, 3-4 days, you can't do Nityanushtana, Gayatri Japam you can't do. In fact, in one of the questions which was asked in a totally different context to Paramacharya, the question which was asked was that earlier the people used to say that a Brahmana cannot cross the ocean. This question was asked. What was the reason for that? So Paramacharya explained, and so but today can many Brahmanas have crossed the ocean? Is that okay? Like that they asked. Paramacharya gave a very nice answer. He says earlier, if you have to cross the ocean, you have to travel by ship. When you have to travel by ship, the ship is traveling, you don't even know which direction the ship is going and all that. And the time, day and all, sunrise, sunset are all completely in a mess rather. And the travel used to take for 20 days and all, maybe more than that sometimes. So doing Nityanushtana in the ship will not be possible. But today he said there are flights. And according to the Shastra, if a Brahmin who has actually got, Gayatri Upadesha during the time of Upanayanam, if he does not chant Gayatri mantra for 3 consecutive days, he is completely becomes ineligible for being a Brahmana. So the Shastra gives maximum 3 days exemption from Gayatri Japa. At least one time you must sit and do Gayatri Japa, and when for doing Gayatri Japa, you have to take bath and be clean and wear clean clothes and all. You cannot do Gayatri Japa sitting in a bed. That is the power of Gayatri. So, what Paramacharya said was, in today's times, those rules cannot be applied, mainly because today you take a flight, and even if you don't do Gayatri Japa for 24 hours, you reach another place in 24 hours. When you reach there, you take bath and do Gayatri Japa. So you are still within the 3 days, exemption which Shastra gives. So you can do that. So if you apply that context to a woman, you will know that 3 days, if she can't do Gayatri Japa, even assuming that she is eligible, that again the Upanayanam ceremony will have to be performed again. So every month one Upanayanam ceremony, do Gayatri Japa, again Upanayanam ceremony. This is what will happen, which is not a problem with male people. So that is why where the Purva Bhaga is the only one women are kept away. Gargi, all those people, Lopamudra and all, they are all what I will call, Jnani women rather. They have understood, they have studied Vedanta, they have studied the Upanishads, and they have actually been Yajnavalkya and all. They have had debates with Yajnavalkya. So, if you don't understand the difference between where the Purva Bhaga and where the Anta Bhaga, all these confusions will come. And even Wikipedia and all would not explain all these things. They will quote Gargi and Lopamudra and all that. The point is, what are they? Did they actually officiate in any functions? Did they do yajna? That is the question you have to ask. Nobody stops women. That is why Puja Swamiji, Swami Chinmayananda, they admit women also to this long-term course. There is no problem in doing that. There is no problem. But for 3-4 days, they can't attend any temple activities. Isn't it? So those things are there. Whereas when you are there, bhakti is very much part of it. Attending temple is compulsory for all people. Right? From morning Abhishekam till evening puja, everything. We are all supposed to attend rather. That is not possible, but still that much exemption has been given. So that is why, there are, if we start
many things,
there goes, too many details are there. Nobody has got the time, patience and all to listen to these details.
Hariji, can you hear me? May I just ask one, can you please be patient, and may I ask one question, please?
Hariji, then I'll come to you. Huh? Yeah.
Okay. The thing is, when we are doing Purvam prana buddhi deha dharma adhikaratah jagrata swapna sushupti avasthasu manasa vacha karmana hastabhyam padbhyam udarena shishna yatsmrutam yaduktam yatkrutam tatsarvam brahmarpanam bhavatu swaha. So there we don't have a shishna.
No.
Okay. So therefore it is not applicable as a prayashchitam.
No. Not applicable. Waste. If you want honest answer, I'll give you honest answer. Shishna, where do you go for Shishna? Why are you saying Shishna? That is why, the way you have to understand our culture. You know what? Women need not do any prayashchitta if the husband does it. Because at the time of marriage, the woman has already given the power of attorney to the husband to perform all the karmas on her behalf.
Yes.
Then why should the woman do on her own also? If the husband doesn't do it, a woman has got the right to make the husband do it. Don't give him food if he doesn't do Sandhya Vandana. Starve him. Morning coffee, gudga, nothing doing. You go take bath, do sandhya vandanam, then only coffee. All this is within the woman's right.
Mm.
But why do you want to duplicate? Suppose there is an agent who is selling some land. He has there is a principal who is selling a land, and he has appointed an agent to find buyers. Now agent is looking for finding buyers, and this fellow also goes on finding buyers. What will the point? The agent has got powers to actually sell the land on behalf of the principal. So once you are given the agent full powers, you don't need to do that. You sit back and relax. You do other karmas. But today everybody wants to do everything. So whether they understand, you ask a very, very, very relevant question. Where is the Krishna? You don't do anything with Krishna. So why are you doing prashchitam for all mistakes Papa has done with Krishna? No, that is the correct thing. You understood it very well. I hope I have answered
you.
also satisfactorily.
Yes, yes, very much so. And thank you, Hariji, for your patience.
Sorry, Hariji, now your turn. Unmute.
You see, coming back to
Yeah.
the women and Vedas, no? If you now take the case of Brahmaji, he is supposed to be the master of creation.
Yeah.
So for any creation, whatever may be, whether it is, whatever may be the creation, creation is something new. And you must have knowledge. Without knowledge, you cannot create anything in this world.
Correct.
So from where does Brahma get the knowledge?
He is appointed.
Saraswati.
Hmm.
You cannot see Saraswati without that. She is the goddess of knowledge.
Hmm.
And that is why we see in one of her hands, it is the Veda book.
Hmm.
The other is Rudraksham.
Rosary.
The other one is Veena, that is Bhakti. So without Saraswati, Brahma cannot create because he gets the knowledge, Veda knowledge from Saraswati only. You take the case of Shiva and Parvati. Shiva is the Shaktiman and Parvati is the Shakti. Where is Shaktiman without Shakti?
That is
You
why
take the case,
understand.
one more, you take the case of Vishnu and Lakshmi. Lakshmi, you can't do maintenance without wealth. And Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth.
Yeah.
So he cannot do maintenance without Lakshmi.
That is why
And
we
that
get
is
to-
why Ardhanarishwar. There
Right.
is no, here as far as Sanatana Dharma is concerned, we have no differentiation between
Yeah.
man and woman. This is the only one Dharma where the woman has got equal or more power than him.
Yeah. That is true. Very true. So that is how we have to understand the role of women and men in
Yeah.
our society, in our families. We will start competing with each other.
No,
If you compete, it will be chaos. That's what
you can't, there is no Shaktiman without Shakti.
correct, Baba. But how many people understand that? Many people think I don't need Shakti, I have got Shakti on my own. Some people think I don't need man, I am Shakti on my own. So all that confusion is there. So everybody is on their own. Anyhow, the point is, see, these are all understandings and these are all knowledge which was given to all our children once upon a time. So everybody understood what this all meant and everybody understood their respective roles in the families and all that. And there was a harmony in the family, harmony in the society. Today, there is a total ignorance about all these things. So, and it is very difficult also because as they say, it has gone above the head. How many people are you going to get and then explain all these things to them? It is only in some satsangas like we discuss all these things. Otherwise, it is Just Kali Yuga Lakshanam, just leave it. That's all. Let it go. After all, end of everything is again becoming unmanifest only. Before that, you try to escape from this whole thing by getting moksha or by achieving the Parandhama. That's all you have to do. That's all. Okay. Right now, any more questions? Otherwise, shall I close? Hari Om. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you. See you.
धन्यवाद महोदय. हरि ओम.
Hari Om. Dhanyavadaha.